All right, so inside of the Telegram, we've been selling gold for the last 2 days, and we were buying it for the first 2 days. In the first 2 days of the week, we were actually buying gold, and that was going beautifully. Last week, I posted this massive 230 pip trade in one swoop, all the way from the bottom. Everything went perfectly, and then we had to switch directions because if you follow the structure of the market, that's the way it goes. For the last couple of days, we've been selling gold, looking to sell gold. Now, they weren't the prime entries because I'm not into guessing. Not only that, I missed the prime entry, so I had to adjust. So let me show you how I work the middle of the market. Now, I'm going to be very clear about something. I'm not here to impress you with terminology and bullshit. That's not what I'm looking to do. I don't want you to feel, oh my God, he's so much better than me at the, don't care. We're going to make this very simple so that you understand that keeping it simple is actually extremely key in this. The reason that most people have major confusion in this game is because they've been told that it requires some sort of bell and whistle understanding of how to do this. Now, this is a much larger trade than what I see for most people. Most people, they raise their lot sizes, right? And then they only catch a couple of pips, 5, 10 pips. And it looks really cute on a screenshot. But it's not, to me, actually trading, especially if you're on demo. If you're on demo and you're putting up 5 to 10 lots and making $500, you're not impressing anybody other than your grandmother. So here we go. Gold, 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 gold. This is gold right now. Trade is still running. This trade was called out inside of the Telegram. It was even called out on Instagram. I gave it as a freebie. It's been running for about 24 hours now, and everything is cool. Everything is pretty. The trade right now is maxed out at 80 pips. It hit an area of support and resistance, which is easily seen right there. Boom. And we've pretty much been just waiting to see if we're going to get that break. Period. When I start scaling back up, there are certain microstructure areas where I'm going to 100% cut this trade and just take my profits. I've already skimmed out, taken out some of the value of the trade orders, and everything is pretty much perfect for me to just remain patient and see what happens here because the breakout will be worth it if it does happen. So let's look at how we came up with this seller area. In the beginning of the week, we were buying. Why? Because in the beginning, last week, I was buying, and we took this whole thing. The trade is somewhere out there on Facebook, one of my last posts, or on Instagram in one of my last posts, or I can just send you the screenshot from the Telegram because I gave out this trade. I gave out the price. It was perfect. I'm going to pat myself on the back real quick. So when we started this week, I was still buying. My bias was still on the buy, and there were some good opportunities there, and then there weren't. The market started breaking through. Now, we dropped the buys early enough because of the elections coming. And what ended up happening is this. Let me go to the H1 chart real quick. We were buying from here. Whoops. We were buying from there. That was our buy spot. And then the market broke through. So you got two choices here. You can either hope to God that this thing's going to skip up, which it did do, or you can adjust in the moment and figure out what you want to do. So for me, personally, what I was looking to do was looking to sell. Why? Because of this, right? We started matching that high. So I was looking to start selling. I was looking to start selling this trade. We also can't forget that just because we took a 200 pip trade up that way, this had happened days before. And we were also selling. Before this happened, we were selling. And then we started buying. And now we're selling, right? So I'm taking into consideration what I see on the candles, but the video is not about that. The video is going to be about this one entry situation. Now, the first go around, the market dropped. And in the Telegram, what I said is I wanted it to come back to this area, test it, and then take that sell. All right, we did that. It matched the low and started gliding up real fast. There's no confirmation for the confirmations that we use to re-enter a trade, and the market just kept going up. I was sleeping, I was snoring, I was dreaming about all the beautiful things that I dream about, and then by the time I woke up, we were down here. All right, now here's where I had a key decision, and here's what helped me trade not only this, but also this, and also this. One line. One little line drawn on the H4 is what told me what to do here, or what I should do here at least. Let me just make it a little prettier for you people who are going to pick this apart because you're assholes. So this is what happened. All right, we had a trend line. The trend line was actually saving me on these trades, right? We were respecting. Now you could use things like moving averages. There's tons of different indicators that can show you the diagonal of the market. But what I found in my many travels in the Forex world, buying systems and training that didn't work, what I found is just seeing it with your own eyes and learning how to draw it and how to pick apart those channels from a higher frame. That's what's really going to help you. All right, so let's be a little more accurate about this. Hold on. Yes, my friends, that is a line chart. Okay, so what I found from my many travels is just that. Okay, the understanding that the market moves in diagonal and price blocks. So when it came down to it, on this first trade, 70 pips. All right, this one right here. This is the one that we did not catch. Market comes back, resettles down, 60 something pips. We hit a low, election time, news time, and this thing starts freaking gliding up for 100 and something pips. We were nowhere near that trade after that happened. We took our profits and got out of there. Once it hit this high, you could have taken this sell. Personally, I was sleeping, I was snoring. When I saw this market again and I sent out my update to my Telegram group and students, I was somewhere here. Now, I had two choices. Choice number one was to either take the same area that we were buying from and believe that we were going to continue up off that trend line and support zone, or I could just let the market do whatever the hell it wants to do and show me its hand. I could either wait for confirmation here that we're going to take that buy, which means I need to let the market print. I need to let the market do what it's going to do. I don't like guessing. That is not my way. I am not that guy. Many people believe that there are things that can tell you what's going to happen before it happens. I don't care. What I care about is what I understand and what makes me consistently profitable. What allows me for the last year to be calling out trade setups with no fear. What lets me do things like this where I have no problem with somebody giving me a chart and I quickly look at it and tell them whether I like it or not and give them my opinion, whether I'm wrong or right. Yesterday, I was right 5 times. UCAD, somebody called a sell. Trendline, Fibonacci, boom, 30 pips. GCAD, somebody asked me about a sell. Trend line, support and resistance, also Fibonacci. Boom, right now that trade's up 70 pips. Gold, my own trade. On the breakdown of that trend line, that support area retest, boom, 80 pips. And GJ, microstructure trend line, breakout, retest, 30 pips. You can check them all for yourself if you want. Today is November the 8th, and right now it is New York session. What I do is I keep it simple, and my advice to any new trader out there is learn the structure of the market, price action, order flow. If you learn those things, you will be okay. Don't let anybody make it harder than it has to be. Learning those basics and training your eye to see the market how it's supposed to be seen is extremely key. Extremely key. So when we take this lonely little trend line that I drew very roughly, and we do something like that, we can see where the market is preferring price, right? There, and then there's your breakout, and here we come to take the sell, it drops again, and here's the most recent one. The most recent one was way cleaner because it has no news infliction on it. So when we look at the most recent one, this is the one where you needed way more skill because of news and patience and a wider SL because of what was going on. There's another thing here, and this is a freebie piece of information. Personally, I never enter on the same hour candle. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't enter on the same hour candle. For a lower frame confirmation, I wait for the market to push through, do what it has to do, maybe show me a wick, maybe show me some sort of lower frame candle confirmation. Show me something. But one thing I can't tell is when this market candle is still moving, how it's going to print. So I just let it print. Once it printed, there's a reason why if you look at my entries that I posted on Instagram or the entries that I posted inside of the Telegram, they're up here. They're up here because that's where the next candle created. Boom, there's your 70 pips. Now, why not just take the buy? Because I didn't want to. I didn't want to. So when the market starts gliding up and news is hitting session after session after session of news, I'm going to leave that baby alone. So I go to sleep, I have my dreams, I come back, and we're somewhere up here. And here's where trading comes into play. What's your plan? What's your patient plan to get you profits? PPPP. Your patient plan to get you profits. What's your plan? What are you going to do? So the market's somewhere up here. Here was my choice and my understanding, and I sent this out in a video to the Telegram just to let you know that I'm not just after the fact showing you structure of the market like most people do. This is what I wanted. I did what I wanted to do. I called it out before it happened, like I always do. We were up here somewhere. So I wanted the market to either settle out here, right? Settle out in this zone and show me that we're going back up with different candle confirmations, with different patterns that I like, easy stuff that anybody can learn. And they're on YouTube, freebies, baby. Go on YouTube, go on Google. You can learn all this stuff by yourself. I've never told somebody that I'm the be-all, end-all. All you have to do is go online. Now, doing it by yourself is way harder, but it's possible. It's possible. So you go right here, you wait for that buy confirmation. Guess what? By letting the candles print and not entering on the same candle, we immediately saw something. What did we see? The breakthrough. It went through for about 20 pips. So what do we got to do after that? We could either take the sell from here and hope to God that this is it, or continue to remain patient. Continue to wait for this trade to show us what it needs, what we need. The market retraces back for 34 pips. Boom, there's your entry. There is your entry. The entry was simply on the retest of the same zone we were already in. It's a simple concept. Floors become ceilings, supports become resistances. However you want to look at it, moving average continuations, there's so many ways to get that same move done. But at the base of it all, and the foundation of it all, what it is a structure breakout and then a retest. That's what it is. No matter how a person tries to pin it with pattern, with fancy bells and whistles, with indicators that send 30,000 notifications to your phone, all they're really doing is support become resistances. Now, if by me showing you, it looks real simple. By me talking about it and the trade's already running and everything is great, it looks real good. But the skill is in the patience play. The skill is in trusting what you know and letting that play out. That's where the skill is at. So when we were looking at this market, the skill was understanding not only your horizontal, but also your diagonal market. Right? So when this one was way easier, it broke down, came back, 1, 2, 3 hours, man, boom, there's your trade, 77 pips. We out of here, baby. We out of here, baby. It's over. Profits have been locked. No matter what happens here, I'll still have a good weekend. Matter of fact, I'm going to go get a steak in the name of this video. We're going to do that. Now, most people, when they watch my stuff, they ask me, like, how do I keep it so simple? And the answer is there's no reason to make it complex. You can add more stuff to your, personally, I add things to the charts for students to teach them how to eventually keep it very simple. To let them see that things are very repetitive. To show them that they can too learn how to read structure in the market. If you don't learn how to do that, this game becomes very hard. The more confirmations you need for a trade, the harder it becomes for you to enter. Some people out there, like I said, they make it sound really hard and complex and they throw all this stuff at you because they want to impress you, so you buy their stuff. Other people, they just like attaboys. You know, they love for people to tell them that they're so smart, they're so good. You know, oh my God, you're such a great Forex trader. I personally do not care. You know what I care about? Making money via the skill that I earned. And that's what you should care about. Learning the skill, blood, sweat, and tears, headaches, watching and trying and working and studying and going and going and going. That's what you should care about. And then eventually, hopefully, with the grace of the pip gods and the Forex gods, you will be able to profit in this market, right? With patience, with consistency, with a patient, profitable plan, you may actually make it out of the demo or bloat account zone. Don't let anybody tell you that this stuff has to be harder than it is. I've been calling out trades. I've been doing this for some time. But for the last year, I've been calling out my setups, openly giving out people what I'm doing. Right? I give them my markups. I tell them what I'm doing. I tell them how I see the market. Wrong or right, I put it out there. And guess what? I'm pretty damn accurate. And people will tell you that by keeping it simple. And that's that. Happy trading.